Okay, so, hi, my name is Anya, and I was forcibly moved out of my home. Pause. What the hell just happened? Last week, I was forcibly moved out of my home, and let me just rephrase it in a few words. Or a few sentences, actually. I am a spiritual person. I was practicing my spirituality in my room, and my parents, who are of a religious background, they told me that I could not practice that in the house because we are a house of God. And if I wanted to do what I wanted to do and live the way I wanted to live, like authentically me, I needed to move out. And that is just putting it in the nicest of words because there was a lot of angry energy and just a lot of yelling back and forth. So now I'm here. I've been here for about a week at my best friend's house and I am safe. So I get fed one way or another, either through the kindness of strangers or my friend if she's able to, or I don't know, somehow within the pockets of random money that somehow finds its way to me. Let me give you some instances. Like yesterday, I didn't know where my next meal was going to be, and then I remembered, hey, TikTok gave me like $10 out of like my whole streaming journey, and I was like, oh, okay, and I transferred that $10 to my bank, and now I had bought two burritos, which can feed me for one meal, and I bought a meatball bowl, which was about $5. So like I bought myself um meals for the whole day, and that was great. I still have yet to eat the burritos; they're in the fridge or freezer, and so I am now relying on people, and I don't know. I don't want to strain the relationship. Like I said, like yesterday, I was like trying to sell my stuff, and then I found out that the lady that sold me the stuff, the hairpins, we actually bought them from Timu, and I went to the Emporium, and they were like, "This is from Timu," and I was like, "For real? I thought they were from China." And then they were saying something along the lines that they can't give me the amount that I want, so they have to give me like $10. They offered me $10, and I said, "Can you make it 15? I'm trying to have enough for a meal for the next day, because Lord knows where my next meal is gonna come from. You know, I moved out here, and it's been a week. However, right now, in my bank account, I have $20 in my name, and almost 1.5K in credit card debt. I don't know what's gonna happen, but all I know is in my heart and in my mind, I am going to make it. Yes, I can be a victim to my circumstances. There are people that are crying in my position, but you know what? I am positioned at a good place right now. I am right where I'm meant to be. And that's what I want you to take away from this, because you know what? Even though I am like dead broke right now, I broke in money wise. I'm not broke in spirit. I'm not broke in joy. I am rich, actually. Let me rephrase that. I am rich in joy. I am rich in my mindset. I am rich in positivity. There are so many things that people can be rich in talents or whatever. I'm not rich in talents, by the way. But there are people that are rich in so many ways, and you have to look at the brighter side of things. Focus on those, because those are the ways that you can make money. Money itself is just a tool, and I don't know why I'm preaching this right now. Um, Money is just a tool for you to survive, but somehow, like, there are other ways that you could survive, like with the kindness of strangers, for instance. Like, they were able to give me resources on if I need shelter, or they gave me a meal, and that was really nice. And then there are people like your friendships, your network, you know? Your friendships, your network, and I don't know, like, I feel so lucky and blessed, even though, like, I'm at the bottom of the pyramid right now, and I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I don't have a career, you know? I came out of college, and supposedly I'm supposed to be married right now, I'm supposed to have kids, I'm supposed to have, like, something in my career, and you know what, I don't subscribe to the linear timeline, because everyone believes that you should be hitting milestones at a certain time. Well, yeah, that's a boring life, you know? We were meant to be voyagers. We were meant to be adventurers. We were meant to be nomads. Like, we are meant to expand, evolve. What the fuck are we doing, guys? Like, I don't know, like, I'm so like done with the whole worldly societal expectations. Like, I know I'm a failure in society's eyes, but like, God knows that, like, I feel like I just began my successful journey. I know I will succeed, and that's the thing. You have to know, you have to believe in your heart. Even when no one else fucking believes in you, you know you were written for the stars. We know, guys, we came from a mixture of earth and stardust, okay? The universe is made of stardust, right? You know, the Big Bang Theory and all that, bam, 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 you know? And I'm just saying, we are made of so much in the whole universe, the system, the solar system, whatever. We have our heart, which is like the sun in our own microcosm, and this whole thing up until like outside of us is just one small part. Like, we're just ants in an anthill. But you know what? We are able to do so much as people. And I hate it how people like limit themselves, limit their potential, be victims to their mindsets, because you know what? There are things outside of us that are influencing us and trying to worm their way in, trying to be a parasite, trying to steal our energy, because you know what? We are the salt and the light of the earth, as I must say, because we are supposed to be, I feel like we are good beings. And the fact of the matter is that your perception, your beliefs create your reality. Right now, I may seem like at the bottom, but right now, to me, I feel like I just began my journey. I just began my adventure. Like, I don't, I don't know where the hell I'm going. All I know is that I'm a very lucky person. Let me put you for instance. I was driving down the road. Luckily, I have a car, you know, but really high mileage, you know. But luckily I have a car, so that's what matters. I can transfer over and over to different places, you know. But I digress. I drove to the rich part of town, and in my mind, something came to me and was like, "You should apply to this ramen shop." And I already have previous ramen shop experience, so shouldn't be too hard, right? It really depends if they have any availability, you know? And so I came into this ramen shop, and this random name just came in my mind. And so I went in there, as well as some other places, because, you know, you have to have options. You have to have options when it comes to work. Because right now, I don't have much work. I need a stable income, so I came in this place, and I was like, all right, well, I came here to apply. They were so old school. They were giving me a paper application. And I was like, because that's usually when you can get fast work. So I got a paper application. I applied, and I talked nice to some of the people. They knew my situation about moving out forcibly, and yeah, it was just a really good time. And so what I have found was that people are nicer than that you think they are. A lot of people are kind, they are human, they are very, very wanting to help other people, because everyone has this desire to either help others or help themselves. It's still others, you know. You still care about, everyone has a cause they care about. And the one important thing is that what makes us human is that we care and we have empathy, as well as we're able to steward and think and feel and have all these things available to us, and we're meant to take care of each other as well as the earth, because I feel like everyone is just a reflection of you. So if you take care of someone else, then you are also taking care of you. So where am I going with this? 2 hours later, after the application, I get an interview, and then I get interviewed and I'm in. Let's see, that is such dumb luck, because they were like, oh, the manager's in, that's kind of rare. And I was like, what? So yeah, everything is possible. Anything and everything is possible, and you can't just let yourself down just because of some little thing that you have. A lot of people, they think that they have all these problems in the world, and literally there are first class, first world problems that people are having. And when you live down where I'm living right now, you realize where we were before, we are technically thriving in the world, but are you living? Sometimes you have to be forced to the bottom of the pyramid, of the Maslow hierarchy, where you have to find your survival needs, like shelter, water, food, until you can finally feel like you're living and like going towards somewhere. And then when you build your life from the bottom up, that is when you feel like you're independent, you're thriving, you're doing things that you feel like you have a purpose in this life because you're trying to look out for you. And sometimes what I'm saying is this, sometimes you just need an adventure and you just need to get out there. I know there are a lot of people that wish, like, I know past me, like a few years ago, like 2, maybe 3 years ago, was like, I wish I could travel. I wish I could do that. Hell, man, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. Because you know what? There is something placed in everyone's heart that they're meant to accomplish. And this is what I believe. And you don't have to believe this, but I feel like everyone has something in their heart, either put as a child or a teenager or any time like when you were younger, that just keeps calling you, and they're just like, you have to answer the call. And if you don't answer the call, then the call just leaves you alone. But sometimes they'll come back and call you again. But if you're being a bad friend to the call, then they stop calling you. So like, answer the fucking call, because they actually care about you. You know? So what I think is, I've ignored the call for so long. I've been a bad friend to the universe, I believe, because I have ignored this call that has been in my heart for a while, and now it's just like, now I just have to leap. Either that, or I'm just like, some people, they don't know what the call is, and sometimes the call is just to go to another place, or to some place that holds their favorite thing. I don't know, there's lots of different callings, right? So it doesn't have to be career, it doesn't have to be movement, it has to be something that you feel your heart is holding dear to. So, where am I going with this? I think, even though the journey is a bit rough start right now because XYZ happened, but you know, it had to happen the way it had to happen. Sometimes people blame themselves for how things happened in the past, but sometimes those things happened not like, if they're not in your control. The past cannot be controlled, the future cannot exactly be controlled, but it can be guided by the ways of the present. So you need to think what your next move is going to be. Remove and let go of things that are rooting you from the past and things that are holding you down. I had to move out of my home and realize that my parents and everyone in that house, and just the house period, the location does matter, by the way, it was holding me down. Even though I'm only like a few minutes away from my house, like, I don't know, within I don't know, I would not say walking distance, but like it's below 30 minutes, you know. I'm a little away from the house, but I know I will be okay, because the next move I'm going to be going to is another state completely. I am going to be saving up for my job, and I think I'll be here till like June, possibly, hopefully, you know, till summer, and then I'll figure out how from there. From now, I have like so many thoughts and ideas that happen at night, and I brainstorm this with my friends, and I'm like, what do I want to do? And it's just like, I have so many ideas. The neurological pathways are there for me to grab onto if I need to grab onto that idea. However, I think I have to be in a journey full of faith rather than fear, because there's only so much I can control, and the future isn't necessarily something I can control. So I have to control my controllables, work with what I can, get fed, get shelter, get water, sleep, talk to my network, you know, my friends, community, all that other stuff, and just keep living every day to the fullest if I can. I made my own business, and I'm working on it, you know, like, there's so much I'm doing right now. Like, I'm working on Fiverr gigs that I'm trying to post right now. I have to do that after this video. And then there is the... What else was I supposed to do? I mean, all I know is that I was supposed to film this video today. So, I think I'm meeting with my parents tomorrow, supposedly, to do a check-in, but I don't really want to. I told them I'd be at my friend's house after for like a week. And the week is almost up. like after, like, it is technically up today, but usually we eat out together as a family on Sundays. So I'll probably get a free meal when I'm seeing my parents. I don't want to see them at the house, to be honest, because I feel like they would trap me again, and I don't want that to happen. More on my biography when it comes out. But for now, I'm just saving stories until that point. But I genuinely hope this video finds you at a great time in your life or a bad time in your life, and that way maybe like you can get inspired or maybe even find some nuggets of knowledge or wisdom in my video 7 if you feel like there's anything in there. But I really hope that my journey will inspire lots of you guys to push outside the zone. Sometimes you gotta be uncomfortable. A lot of times humans were meant to be for evolution, right? So in order to evolve, you were meant to be uncomfortable, choose discomfort for growth, and that way we can thrive and be better as humanity. So I think the one part that I'm learning from this week is that boundaries, being resourceful, choosing to stay at home more to save gas, because gas is kind of crazy right now. I feel like there's lessons I learn every day that are more concrete in my mind. I feel like my brain can actually think now that I quit school. I mean, like, I already have a bachelor's, so I don't really need anything per se, like any more education. But like, it really depends on the person, you know? So I was doing community college courses, and I was like, yeah, maybe this is for me. I literally took comms major just so I can be a better content creator, and I'm like, I don't think I need that per se, so I kind of just quit. A lot of the classes that were like in there that I was taking already were just previous credits that I've taken from my bachelor's transferred over, which was kind of crazy. So, I mean, I basically did nothing in community college. Most of it was from my bachelor's. So, with that in mind, I say, whatever you're doing right now, I hope everyone's okay, but I also hope that you choose growth over comfort. Sometimes it's good to be resting and stay at peace, but sometimes you have to push outside the zone in order to be the best person you can be with your highest potential. And I don't mean that in like a way of hustle culture or pushing you to do anything like extreme, but I do want my battery cut out, so I just switched to batteries, and I pray I get a better camera, to be honest, but I think it's good that I have a good start. And again, start where you are and choose growth, because like wherever you are meant to grow something where you are. For me, I think I was meant to grow my mindset and my heart and my soul, but now I'm meant to expand and go somewhere else. Like, I haven't grown it to the max clearly, because that's why I need to go to locations, but like, yeah, think of what you need to grow right now, and then everything else will follow. Think of the next step, you know, and then after that, things will flow easily. Try to think more rather than thinking about your problems. Think about the future. Think about what you can do. Think of the things that you want to bring in more in your life. Focus on the good. Okay, guys, I love you, and I will see you later. See ya!